Do you have to tell people the truth about living in a car? I'm going to make this video to talk about, do you have to honestly share with people that you live in a car? But I think that this could apply to anything in life, as far as you being hurt, scared, or ashamed to tell someone something, and you're trying to debate if it's right for you to not tell them. Well, first I want to say there are some things in your personal life that is your personal business. And how I look at it is, if the information you're withholding from someone does not affect their life, you don't have to tell them. And you could, I hesitate saying the word lie, but look, if it's your personal life, so sometimes when people ask me, or when I was started to live in my car, I didn't tell anyone. And then when people found out months later, some people got real upset with me, and why didn't you tell me this and that? Because they would ask me like where I was going. I said, I'm going home. Now, I was going home. I was going in my car, but I wasn't going back to my house. And so some people, only really like one, felt like I lied to them. But I said, look, it's my business. If I'm still hurt, or I still feel ashamed or scared because I'm starting something new, there's some things in my personal life that are my personal business, and it doesn't affect you, and I'm not ready to share it. Just like, I don't ask people, hey, what'd you say to your wife last night? Did you holler at her? How did you treat your kids, when you grew up? And, there's so many things that people have in their personal life that they never share. That's their personal business. It doesn't affect me. And it's not my bit. A lot of times too, people say, Sam, what do you tell people, at your job or this and that? I said, look, when I had a house, it was never their business about my personal life in my house. Just like I don't go around asking people, what do you do in your house, and what's going on in your living room, what's going on in your dining. Your personal living situation is your personal business. If you want to tell people, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. Some people even encourage me, Sam, I wouldn't tell too many people, because, people won't understand and they're going to use it to attack you. So, I know I always struggle because I like to be very honest and upfront. But what I've learned in life is that sometimes when you're hurting and when you're scared and when you're starting something new, you keep it to yourself. And then if people found out that you were withholding information from them, look, the information I was withholding is about my business. It has nothing to do with your business. Again, if you're withholding information that you have to disclose for whatever reason, then, it is what it is. But, where you live and how you live, as long as you're compliant with the law, and that's all that matters, I remember too, when my dog passed away, that I didn't want to tell people right away. Why? Because I was hurt, and I didn't want people asking me questions. Oh yeah, what happened to your dog? I don't want to talk about it. So I just didn't tell people. And so same thing, sometimes I don't want to tell people my personal situation, whether it's living in a car or anything else. Why? Because I don't want to talk about it. It's, none of your business. I don't want to know about your personal business. And, so I'm just sharing that it's a reality that you'll face if you decide to live in your car, or if you just live, that sometimes you're going to withhold information from people. And as long as, again, that information doesn't need to be disclosed, if it's not, look, but even sometimes, like, you have a right to deflect. It's your personal business, your personal life. It doesn't affect other people. And I don't care if you were going to get married and you decide not to tell anybody. Guess what? It's your life. Who really needs to know you need to get married other than the court or whatever? That's it. As long as you're compliant with the law, doesn't matter what people want to know in your life. Or it doesn't matter if you lied to people and say, look, I'm going home right now. Now, you are going home technically, you're in your car. Or you don't, you say, oh, I'm not getting married, but you decide to get married. It's your business. You don't have to tell people. Do you have to tell people the truth? Only if it affects them. Look, for me, it's your life. You tell who you want to tell as an adult. You're not a child anymore, okay? And if people don't like that, I hate to say it, but it's too bad. Because, most people in life, their life is a disaster. They got unhealthy relationships with their kids, with this, with that, and they want you to tell them everything about your life. The bottom line is, look, do what you need to do for your well-being. And that's it. Period.